Gersh. I will need this microphone for Jackie to use when she reads Torah. Is that okay? Okay. I'm going to move it. Yeah, I just need to move it. Just put it over here for now. I'll have to do it later. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Oof. These books are here. Hi, Debbie. Mm-hmm. You can always make copies and see who takes it. That's up. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. That's a lot of laps. You should ask. You should. Sorry. You should ask Lee how many laps he does. I think he does fewer than you used to. You ready? Okay. I can guess. Does this outline make any sense to you? Because it's not really an outline. It's a little different than usual.
Since you're in the middle, it's going to be wide.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're welcome to follow along with my notes. No one else will have that. All right. We're gonna get started. Shabbat shalom. Thank you for joining us this morning. This morning is gonna be a little bit different than a usual service. We're gonna be doing some more meditating. So if you're able to relax, that is the goal. And so there'll be lots of explanation of prayers, trying to relate it to the breath and to understand what the words mean, to help us feel more connected to our prayers. And there'll also be times of quiet. And so I hope that you can all feel comfortable enough to indulge this. And then after we finish the regular part of the service, we'll move into the Torah part of the service, and that will be fairly normal. So it's just the first half that will be a little bit different than usual. So in this community, we are all different people, and we all have different likes and different needs. We have different habits. But the one thing we all have in common is that we all can breathe. We all have our breath in our lungs, and we share the air between each other. When I breathe out, you might breathe in the same air, and we each engage in that simple yet complex process. And our life begins with breath, and our life ends with breath. Breath is a universal substance, and yet it is invisible unless it's winter when you can really see it. And breath helps us be one with our present moment. When we are breathing and we are noticing it, we can be reminded of each moment and what to take in from that moment. And so meditation is a way to develop concentration on our breathing, on our words, and on our bodies. That helps us to understand what's going on in those mechanisms. So if you're able to settle into your seat, and I know it's hard for a lot of people, but we're going to uncross our legs. It's hard for me too, because that's a really comfortable way to sit. But take a moment to feel the pressure on your body. And if you're able to soften your shoulders, and soften your jaw, your eyes, perhaps close them if you feel comfortable. Don't fall asleep though. And take in 3 deep breaths into your belly, letting your belly expand and feeling the sensations of the belly. Feeling the inhale and slowly emptying with the exhale. Remaining in this upright position, allow your attention to follow the sensations in your body. So you can feel your feet on the floor. You can feel your hands touching each other, or your hands touching your legs, or whatever they're touching. You can feel the temperature of your body, whether it's cold or hot. You can feel perhaps yourself beginning to calm down a little bit. To every extent that you can, allow yourself to be filled by the breath of life, and then allow your breath to return to its source. We'll stay here in this moment for a couple minutes. And when you're ready to take a break from listening to your breath, you can turn to your prayer books to page 68. The Moda Ani is the first prayer that we are supposed to say every day to acknowledge that we've been given another day, we've been given another breath, and our soul is given back to us in a way. We are able to open our eyes and wake up and enjoy the day that we are given. So let's join together. Moda ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, Shehechezarta binishmati behemla Rabba emunatecha Rabba emunatecha. And when we say Moda'ani, we can begin to develop a rhythm of giving and receiving our breath. Right? When we wake up, we can acknowledge that we have been given this day, and we can offer our breath to God, to ourselves, to others. And we remember that the breath comes from God, it comes from nature, from the trees, from the oxygen that is around us. And so as we think about the words of Moda'ani, of being thankful for this day, we can bring ourselves into this day. And so we open our eyes, lift our heads as if we had just woken up, feeling the fullness of our bodies and the functions of it. Your feet press into the ground as you wiggle your toes, and you've come to this day fully alive and ready to face whatever it has for us. So let's sing Moda'ani one more time, thinking about how we are ready for the day. Moda'ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shehechezarta binishmati behemla Rabba emunatecha Rabba emunatecha. When we meditate, we are trying to create a place of safety, a place of comfort, because it's a little bit vulnerable to sit in silence and to notice other people also in silence. And so this is a place of compassion that we give to each other. And so let's take a few moments to be attentive to our bodily sensations. In this next prayer, we're going to focus on being kind to ourselves, being kind to others, and being kind to the world around us. And in kindness, that means that we are giving mercy to ourselves. We are forgiving ourselves for whatever we may have done in the past day or week or however amount of time you want to give yourself. And we can rest in the quality of kind awareness of what is present in this moment, in this experience. So as we absorb our breath into the cells of our bodies, you can notice the expansion and contraction that occurs with each of your breaths. And we sort of use our bodies as a text to understand, asking us, how can we create this kindness, this sanctuary within ourselves? We can do that by filling our space with kindness and mercy. I'm going to interweave the Hebrew words of Ma Tovu on 74 with a couple of short moments of meditation. If you'd like to follow along with the Hebrew, you're welcome to, or you're welcome to just listen. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Yisrael. How good is this moment of sanctuary? We are resting in awareness of simply witnessing the experience and the existence of our bodies as a tent, as a container for our breath and for ourselves, and as a home and as a gift that we have been given from God. And this allows for our aliveness to be present. And we can breathe in calmness and mercy, and breathe out kindness and sanctuary. Va'ani barov hasdecha avo vetecha eshtachave el echal kodshecha v'yiratecha. Va'ani, that first word, that is our separate self, ourselves We always want something. We always desire something. We have endless opinions, endless needs. And the word chesed, the third word of that paragraph, that means mercy. And so we can relax into our forgiveness, into mercy, and think about every thought and sensation that we might have. So allow yourselves to have a huge piece of mercy or a huge piece of forgiveness flow over your belly, your face, your shoulders, and your entire body. Let it flow through your fingers, down into your toes. Imagine you're entering into a space, and this space is filled, it's overflowing with kindness and mercy. And we breathe in calmness and mercy, and breathe out kindness and sanctuary. Adonai ahavti me'on beitecha umkom mishkan kivodecha. The word ahavti means to love. That means we are being present without any judgment, anxiety, or greed. And we are basking in the beauty of wholeness, in the beauty of each other. And we are not offering ourselves any judgment or any anxiety. We are simply loving ourselves. And we arrive in this sanctuary that we have created, where every holy moment when we see things through the eyes of the One. And we can breathe in calmness and mercy, and breathe out kindness and sanctuary. Va'ani eshtachaveh v'echra'a avracha lifnei Adonai osi. We ask ourselves to bring an attitude of kindness to this experience, to see clearly with compassion, and then if we do that, we are embraced by the Mishkan, we are embraced by the sanctuary, and we can fully embrace ourselves. And we breathe in calmness and mercy, and breathe out kindness and sanctuary. Va'ani tefilati lecha Adonai et ratzon Elohim berov hasdecha eineni be'emet yeshecha. I am my prayer. The time has come. This is a desirable time. And we remember that transformation is born through the willingness to be kind and to have truth in this moment. And we are all taken into the Mishkan, into the holy sanctuary that we have created through being kind and merciful to ourselves and to each other. We're going to continue on page 78. The Hebrew words for breath and for soul are essentially the same. We use the words neshama for soul or for breath. We also can use the word ruach. It's also used for the word wind. And these are all things that can be inside of us, or that we can see outside of us. We can see the wind moving. We can feel the effect of wind. Sometimes people like to think that God is wind, because you can't actually see the puff of air, but you can see the things happening because of it. When we breathe, we receive our soul, and we can breathe in our souls. And to breathe out is to return the soul, the breath, to all of life. We can say, I breathe out God's light. And as we breathe in, hear the words, breathing in my soul. As you breathe out, hear the words, breathing out God's light. My soul, my heart, and my breath all understand those sentences, and that verse becomes alive. And when we think about our being given our souls for a new day, we can remember that that is actually a miracle to have reached another day. And we can be grateful for that in this moment. The Elohai Neshama tells us to be grateful for our souls, and that each of our souls is unique and pure and perfect for each of us, even if someone else might feel differently. Let's read the English on page 78 together. My God, the soul you've given me is pure. You created it, you shaped it, you breathed it into me, and you protect it within me. For as long as my soul is within me, I offer thanks to you, Adonai, my God, and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. Praised are you, Adonai, in whose hand is every living soul and the breath of humankind. Baruch atah Adonai, asher biyado nefesh kol chai, v'ruach kol basar ish. Every day when we wake up, we might take advantage of the fact that, or take for granted, the fact that we got here to this synagogue or got to wherever you were going. We were able to open our eyes, to move our feet and put them on the floor. We were able to stand up, and we were able to go to the bathroom, to wash our hands. All these things that we do automatically without much thought are actually very complicated actions that our body can help us do. As we were sleeping, things were digested, perhaps, and then we might feel differently. In the morning, we feel very hungry, and these are all very complicated processes that we often don't acknowledge, unless your growl of hunger is very loud. But in this moment, I want to offer gratitude for those complicated systems that allow us to be here and be fully operating in this moment. So we're going to go through the daily miracles. That starts on page 80. And we're going to stand up and do some delicate movement as we go through these miracles. Those of you who were here last time might remember the flow we had done together. So it's very simple. And we'll practice it a few times before we go into the actual text. So you go up on your tiptoes, and you say Baruch, and you go back down, is a ta. And sorry, you go, so Baruch, Atah, your Adonai, your arms are out front, Melech, up top, Eloheinu, up top, Melech, out front, Ha'olam, arms down. Let's do it again so that I can also remember it. Okay, so.
To do it all together, it's all coordinated, it's going to be on
Yes.
TV?
I mean, it is on TV, sure. Yeah, someone is streaming this.
With the chorus,
Okay.
the dances?
So, Baruch on our tiptoes, Atah down, Adonai, Eloheinu, Melech, Ha'olam. We'll do it one more time and then we'll put in the actual text. Baruch, Atah, Adonai, Eloheinu, Melech, Ha'olam. Okay. And then we're going to, so if you want to intersperse the actual miracles, you can, or I can just say it for everyone. Okay? It's hard. Okay, thank you, Deb. Baruch, Atah, Adonai, Eloheinu, Melech, Ha'olam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. Baruch, Atah, Adonai, Eloheinu, Melech, Ha'olam, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch, Atah, Adonai, Eloheinu, Melech, Ha'olam, who frees the captive. Baruch, Atah, Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, who lifts up the fallen. Sorry. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, who strengthens our steps. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, who clothes the naked. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, who gives strength to the weary. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, who made me in the image of God. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, who has made me free. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, who has made me a Jew. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, who girds Israel with strength. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor. Do we have any to add? Any other moments of gratitude to add? For being here, doing this, wonderful. Yes, we're all thankful for that. Okay, we can return to our seats. Thank you for indulging that. Take a couple deep breaths. Let's let that movement calm down a little bit. Even though it was small amounts of movement, it's different than sitting down. You know, I feel a little bit different in this moment. So let's sit and notice that. We are all a part of something greater, and we are told that happy is the one who sits in our house, in your house, but we do not possess this house, the world, or our bodies, as we learned in our Torah study this morning. We practice happiness of peace and contentment, of feeling connected, and of taking another breath in the morning. And we know that each difficult thing that we endure will pass. We will find something better in the future. And this can give us some happiness, some acknowledgement, and we can let go of ill will, allowing our desires to pause and to stop. And we grow still, and we see life and death and everything, and we are not afraid. Continue on page 97. Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha, Odi Ha'alu Hasela, Ashrei Ha'am Shekaka Lo, Ashrei Ha'am She'adonai Elohav. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They forever praise you. Happy the people who have it so. Happy the people whose God is Adonai. Do you want to sing it, Benj? Odi Halu Hasela, Ashrei Ha'am Shekaka Lo, Ashrei Shalom Shalom Elohav. Avracha Shimcha Leolam Va'ed. B'chol Yom Avrechecha. V'halelal Shimcha Leolam Va'ed. Gadol Adonai Mumla Meot. V'li Gduloto Ein Heker. Dor la dor Yeshabeh Ma'asecha. Ukivrotecha Yigadiu. Hadar Kivod Hodecha. V'divrei Niflotecha Asicha. Ve'ezuv Znoratecha Yomeru. Ugdulotecha Asaprena. Zecher Rab Tuvach Yabiu. V'tzikatecha Yeranenu. Chanun Verachum Adonai. Erech Apayim Uptol Chesed. Tov Adonai Lechol. Verachamav Kol Ma'asav. Yeducha Adonai Kol Ma'asecha. V'hasadecha U'arehucha. Kivov Mahutecha Yomeru. Ugivrotecha Yitaberu. V'hodia livnei ha'adam kivrotav, u'kivod hador malchuto, malchutecha malchut kol amim, u'mamshaltecho b'kol dor v'ador. Someach Adonai l'kol hanoflim, v'zokef l'chol hakefufim. Eineni kol elecha yisaberu, ve'ata noten lahem et olam yaito. Poteach et yadecha, v'maspiu l'chol chai ratzon. Tzadik Adonai b'chol terachav, v'hasi b'chol ma'asav. Karov Adonai l'chol korav, l'chol asher yikrahu v'emet. Ratzon erav la'yaseh, v'et shavatam yishmei v'yishvim. Shomer Adonai et kol ohavav, ve'et kol harashim yashmid. Tehilat Adonai yitaber pi, v'yivarech kol basar shem kodsho leolam va'et. V'anachnu nivarech ya, me'etav ve'ad olam. Hallelujah. Yesher koach. Thank you. I've wanted to do the full psalm for a while, but I was always told that not everyone would know it. So it's nice to know that we do know it. We can teach it. You're right. It's just you have to just learn the Hebrew. That's what we were doing. Yes. I think we're gonna keep going. That wasn't. We're gonna return to the Barhu on page 108 and rise. In this moment, we bless each other. We bless ourselves. And if you look at our Haftorah portion, the character of Baruch comes in, and his name is mentioned several times. So we can think about what we have to bless in these moments of our lives as well. Baruchu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach. Hamevorach leolam va'ed. Hamevorach. Hamevorach leolam va'ed. The Yotzer Or on page 110. This is a prayer about light. It reminds us that we have light all around us and that we can create light and the world creates light. It can also be about awareness and creating warmth for each other. Let's read the English together. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai our God, for the excellent work of your hands and for the lights you created. May they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we may all swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot. We're going to move to the Shema, and we can try and do the Shema slowly, perhaps doing one breath per word, and we'll see whose breath is the longest in this exercise. We can also just sort of do it in a slower fashion to really take in the message of the words. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. You can sit down if you'd like. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anohi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha Vishinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'letecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam Amizuzot betecha uvisharecha Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etem me'eretz Mitzrayim Lihiot lachem le'elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. Thank you for this day. May I be aware of all of its blessings. May I notice each moment of love. May I appreciate each breath. May I see beyond my fears. May I acknowledge beauty. May I receive each morsel of joy offered. May I absorb kindness. May I not sabotage the happiness of myself or others. For the blessings of this day, I give thanks in advance. Today is an opportunity to experience the miracle of every moment. The Micha Mocha prayer asks the question, who is like you? And who was like you? And who will be like you? Asking it about God, you can also think about your own unique self. Each expression of the divine you, each image of the one, and yet we have no image of God. Maybe we be free enough to see the image, the shadow, the holy essence of ourselves and each other. Maybe we be free enough, quiet and present enough to see the image of ourselves in each other. May we be free enough to really ask, who is like you? And who is like you? With curiosity, with open face, and with an open heart. Page 122. We can join in Tzor Yisrael together, the bottom paragraph. Tzor Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, Ufte kinumecha, Yehuda be'Yisrael. Go alinu, Adonai tzvaot shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Page 124 is the Amidah. Please rise if you're able to. So this is our central group collection of prayers. We're going to do the first two lines together, and I will offer a poem, and then we can go into a moment of silence, or you can read the prayers in the prayer book, listen to your internal thoughts, whatever might capture your time, and then we'll come back together. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Take a deep breath among the swirl of words, prayers, songs, stories. Take a moment to be quiet, and just for a second, dive into your own depth. Be introduced to your own silence. There was a great and mighty wind, splitting mountains and shattering rocks by the power of God. But God was not in the wind. After the wind, there was an earthquake. And after the earthquake, there was a fire. But God was not in the fire. And after the fire, kol demama taka, the sound of a fragile silence, a still, small voice. Let's listen to our own still, small voices. And we'll come back together. Page 140. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Hein v'chesed, hein v'chesed v'rachamim. Hein v'chesed, hein v'chesed v'rachamim, v'rachamim. Sim shalom tova uvracha, Sim shalom tova uvracha Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Amecha Sim shalom tova uvracha Sim shalom tova uvracha. Okay, we're going to move into a different mode of praying. Might be a little more ruckus. Raucous? What is the word? Raucous, thank you. Than we were just doing. Moving to our Torah portion. Jackie is going to read Torah for us today. Thank you so much. And Steve will be offering the Aliyah blessing. Thank you. Our Torah portion talks about making sure we have rest every 7 years for our land, just as we rest every 7 days in our bodies. And we were talking about how to actually do that in Torah studying, if it's actually practical. Even if it's not practical or realistic, it's a nice thing to think about. It could be a nice metaphor, because we own different things throughout our lives, and in the 7th year, if we take a 7th year, we would have to all give up things that we had owned, and we would come back to a place of equality, and that would be really nice. We're all searching for equality in our world. So perhaps they can give us another way to think about how to create equality. When you're ready, let's rise. Page 244. Ein kamocha va'Elohim Adonai, ein kema'asecha, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, mamshaltecha b'kol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai osleim al yitain, Adonai yivarech et tamo v'shalom, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, u'devar Adonai me'Yerushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael, b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlu Adonai iti, Oramema Shemo Yachdav. Lecha
Adonai hagidura v'hagivura v'hatiferet v'hahoetek v'hahod
Ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz,
ki
kol b'shamayim
u'ba'aretz
Adonai mamlacha Yahilach Rosh. Thank you. Please be seated. Jackie, Steve, You want to come up? In the Eitz Chaim, I think we're on page 738. Do you need it? You have the book. Okay. Here's your yad. Let's just make sure we're in the right spot. Can you hold this, Steve? This side, so we can unroll. Okay. You're going to start there, right? Okay, whenever you're ready, Steve. It's for you.
Baruch hu Adonai hamavarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamavarach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe Bahar Sinai Lemor. Daber el Bnei Yisrael, v'mamarta alechem ki tavo'u el haaretz, asher ani natan lechem, v'shavta haaretz Shabbat la'Adonai. Shesh shanim tizra sadecha, v'shesh shanim Tismor Karmecha, Va'asafta et Tivuata, B'shanat Hashiviat, Shabbaton Yihya La'aretz. Shabbat La'Adonai Sadecha Lo Tisra, V'Karmecha Lo Tismor, et Siviha Kitzirach Lo Tiskor, Ve'et Inve Nizireach Lo
Tivsor.
Shana Shabbaton Yihya La'aretz. V'chayata Shabbat Ha'aretz Lachem Le'achala Lecha U Le'avdecha V'le'amatecha V'liskirecha U Le'toshavecha Hagarim Imcha V'lihemtecha v'lachaya asher v'artzecha tihiyeh kol tu'ata
Tivuata.
le'echol.
Yasher Kohach. Good job.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai.
Notain HaTorah. Amen. Thank you so much. Wonderful job, both of you. Sorry?
No.
What are you at? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're asking.
Oh, I'm not sure what you're asking.
You can go back to your seat. Oh, sorry, thank you. Mhm. Let's offer a prayer for Israel. Page 259. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace, and send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. And together we say, Amen. And we can offer a blessing of healing for ourselves and for our community as well. Today we are thinking of Annie, Joe Crane, Carol DeVore, Tracy Ford, Marilyn Gordon, Molly, Shirley Morgan, Kermit Prill, Carol Abinowitz, Alex Rosen, Ellen Schoonover, Jim Silverman, Fran Wygod, Gloria Zytok, and Judy Zimmerman. If you have any names to add or correct, I encourage you to do so.
Emma, Carolyn Herman, Becky and Mark, all the rooms, and Liz, Russell, and Kimberly, and Darcy and David Rubin, and Stella that Williams Wisdom, William Rich, Linda, Sasha, and Wendy, and Dawn, Jamie, and Kevin, and Vivian, and Diana, everybody has a name. Sharon. Linda. Roger.
Ellen Heckler and Marilyn Berman and all those who were injured in the fighting in Gaza this week. Sheldon.
We offer a prayer of healing for all of them on their behalf. Page 253. Mi sheberach avoteinu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. The Haftorah reading for this parsha, in the Haftorah reading, the prophet Jeremiah, his cousin, Hanmel, comes to visit him, and he pleads Jeremiah to buy his land. And Jeremiah knows that the purchase would be a financial loss. Jeremiah had prophesied the impending Babylonian exile, but he purchases the land anyway, according to the laws of land redemption found in our parsha. The laws of land redemption ensure that communal resources are marshaled to support those in dire straits to remain in their homes in dignity. Regarding Leviticus 25:25, Rabbeinu Bachya suggests that what makes the law of land redemption work is compassion. He maintains that people are able to fulfill these financially arduous obligations only because of a deep compassion they feel for their kin. In today's world, where the ancient ties of tribal kinship have long since vanished, and where familial ties may not be our most sacredly held relationships, the Haftorah reading prompts us to inquire, who are our kinfolk? Who do we trust enough that we could, in our hour of greatest need, go to them and expect them to help us? For whom would we be willing to endure significant personal expense in order to ensure that they are able to survive and thrive? In our Torah portion, whenever business is discussed, the Hebrew word achicha, meaning your brother, is used. In each transaction, we are to treat that person as our brother, as our sibling, and this helps us to remember that we are a community, whether we are related or not, and we can help each other in those ways. We can treat ourselves and each other as our siblings, as our brothers, and trust each other to be our siblings. I hope we can all do that in this community as well. Shabbat Shalom. Jackie, do you want to lift the Torah? Steve, do you want to lift the Torah? Anyone want to lift the Torah today? It's up for grabs. Okay, Alan, you were the first one I saw. Please rise for the lifting of the Torah. Oh, careful, don't take this with you, please. So you're gonna, okay. Oh. Thank you, Wendy. Vezot HaTorah asher sham Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai v'yad Moshe. There you go. Yasher koach. Okay, you can. Do you want to help me dress it? Thank you.
V'shamayim v'yarem kerem
Tefillah lecho hasiyah Livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Giving it to you, so you can walk it around. You read the Torah, didn't you? You got it?
I seem to remember doing
Okay. Shadivarim, al shlosha devarim, shlosha devarim, ha'olam va'ed. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam va'omein. Al ha'torah, al ha'avodah, al gemilut hasadim, al ha'torah, avodah, al gemilut hasadim. Imhi lemachasikim ba atom hecha meushar derachecha tarchenoam mekol nivotecha shalom ashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Hadesh Yameinu kekedem. Thank you. Continue with the Aleinu, page 282. Aleinu shaveh ladon hakol la tekedu liyotzer breshit shelo asanu kegoye aratzot velo samanu kemishpehot adama shelo samhal kenu kahem v'goralinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai melech al kol haaretz vayom hahu v'yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Please be seated. Thank you for sitting. And how do you live? With grief, with fear, with laughter, with boredom, with glee, with contentment, with fury, with hope. with the firm conviction that no thing cancels anything out. Death does not cancel life. Grief does not cancel joy. Fear does not cancel conviction, nor any of those statements in reverse. Make your heart a bowl that is large enough to hold it all, and imagine that you are the potter. Stretch the clay, cherish the turning wheel, accept that the bowl is never going to be done. Lynn Unger. We think of those in our lives who have passed away in recent days and weeks. We are remembering Edith Kozlowski. And we think of those who have passed away in this season, in years past. We are remembering Sally Chapnick, Tilly Cohen, Esther Furstman, Morton Fryer, Doron H. Goldfarb, Harry Goldman, Martin Latin, Bernard Milinsky, Leonard Pryweller, Naomi Papau-Roman, Jean Schneider, Sheldon Schwartz, Jake Buddy Slafkin, Myron Mike Spalter, Julia Stern, Stanley Weingarten, Jack Weiss, and Janet Winston. If you have any names to add or correct, I encourage you to do so.
Louis Miller.
Karen,
We rise for the Mourner's Kaddish, page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei, B'hayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dekol Beit Yisrael, Bagala uvizman kariv v'imru, Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, Yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, v'yithaleh, v'yithalal, shmei dekudashah. Le'ela minkol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, dalmiran be'alma v'imru. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May their memories be a blessing. Please be seated. Deb, I think you have some announcements.
Can I borrow yours, because this is for last?
Oh, you can't read it? Here. Here you go.
It says tomorrow morning, Rabbi Sherman.
Oh, this
It's the
still
same
says the same, so
thing.
just read from here down.
Okay.
I
All
forgot.
right. So, who can help me, and do you remember most what the first thing somebody says? Is that what we listened to first? I think so, all right. Anyway, good morning, Shabbat Shalom. Our annual meeting, which of course all of you know because you read the email Thursday and the calendar and everything. Our annual meeting is being held this Tuesday, the 28th at 7 p.m. Members of our Finance Committee will be here at 6:30 to answer any questions you may have regarding the 24-25 budget. If you would like the Zoom link or an absentee ballot, please contact the office. Please join us as we celebrate the graduation of Hannah Miller. She will share a few words with us on her Jewish journey at Temple Kolami. This graduation Shabbat will take place next Friday, the 31st, at 6 o'clock p.m. Our current events group meeting, led by David Heiger, will take place on Tuesday, June 4th at 3:30 p.m. Save the date! Exclamation mark. TKA members are working again with the South Oakland Shelter Lighthouse, June 2nd to 8th, to help the homeless by providing and serving meals for them in Pontiac, where they are housed. Watch the weekly email, which
the weekly email, there was an e-blast also for ways you can help or get in touch with Lee or Rondi. And I know for sure there are still openings. So if you go to the website for the weekly, there should be a website there that you can click on. And I know there are several openings, and we would love to have you help. We will have our first Friday Shabbat dinner on Friday, June 7th at Saffron on Orchard Lake Road, following the 6 p.m. service. Please RSVP to Cynthia Katz if you are interested in joining us. I heard last time they had like 17 people, Rabbi? Yeah. Yes. June is Pride Month. Temple Kolami is having our Pride Shabbat on Saturday, June 8th at our 11 a.m. service. Tuesday, June 11th at 7:30 to 9:30, Rabbi Shribman along with other clergy at B'nai Moshe for a Shavuot learning experience.
In the evening, not in the morning.
I'm sorry, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m.
More people might show up.
Yeah, well, we will be having our Shavuot Yizkor service on Wednesday, June 12th at 10:15 a.m., followed by a dairy lunch at the Cheesecake Factory restaurant. And I know one more thing, Brotherhood is having their Thursday breakfast at Siegel's. And
I
if
think it's this
This-
Thursday, isn't it?
this Thursday, yep, anyone interested in joining,
So 8
please
a.m.
just come at 8 a.m. at Siegel's. No, you better call Lee Schottenfels because he makes a reservation. If you have any questions about any of the above, please contact the office, or Rabbi or I will be glad to answer questions afterward. Thank you to Jackie and Steve. It was wonderful. Thank you to Gersh, and thank to everybody else
Thank
who's
you,
joining
Deb,
us.
for ushering and for doing announcements. Thank you.
Yes, my pleasure. Shabbat
Okay.
shalom again.
Let's offer a closing song. Maya Fe Hayom. I don't have the page number for it. Maybe we all know it
It's
though.
pretty simple.
Yes. Maya Fe Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Maya Fe Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. May you feel whole, knowing you are enough. May you feel confident, knowing you are prepared. May you feel calm, knowing the storm will pass. And may you feel at peace, knowing you are loved. Shabbat Shalom. We can do Kiddush and Oneg